I mean, look. It's better than nothing. The Eagles bring in a veteran linebacker back to the Eagles on the practice squad for some assurance that, because we really need some depth. Eagles only kept 3 linebackers on the 53-man roster, and some other moves the Philadelphia Eagles definitely made. So let's get straight into it.
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. So some news from the Philadelphia Eagles. I did miss some stuff the other day. I really wasn't on Twitter at all day to look on some news. Was very busy the other day. So to get straight into some of the moves that we did make here going forward, practice squad, the Eagles have signed linebacker Nicholas Morrow returns. And offensive line, obviously, Tyree Phillips, that was signed, that was with the New York Giants. Could play guard, could play tackle, obviously could play, in Jeff Statlin's offensive line room, you got to play multiple positions. So to make room for both of those moves, the Eagles released Tywone Mullen, that was just signed a few days ago. And they released linebacker Kyron Johnson. So, they got rid of the linebacker and they added another linebacker, which is good. So we kind of need Nicholas Morrow here. I didn't really think he had a bad offseason, but, only carrying 3 linebackers was an eye-opener. But I know that they're going to be using some of these defensive ends and off-ball coverage. I get it. I get why. You have Nolan Smith here. He's going to do a lot more than just be an edge rusher. So there's a lot more going at this position right now. But, Christian Ellis has been a good player. I think a very strong camp since OTAs into training camp. And, missed some open tackles here and there and needs a little bit of work, but is looking pretty good. And Nicholas Morrow, not great, not bad camp. I think a nice in the middle type. I had a solid camp. And the preseason game is not too bad either. So bringing him back is definitely some more assurance purposes that, we have depth at this position. They can always bring him up if they really need to. I don't know if they have to protect him really. He didn't sign anywhere else. So at this point, maybe there's no interest from any other teams that are into him too much going forward. So that's obviously a good move. And I feel a little bit better at linebacker going forward when it comes to guys staying healthy. And what do you have on the back end of that position if some things do go wrong? So you signed Tyree Phillips, which a prospect, a project for us, has shown some, has had some starting. He has started for the New York Giants before. He's had, I think, 26 starts or something like that in his career so far, and can play guard, can play tackle. Add more to this offensive line room, not for this year, but maybe the future. So usually with Jeff Statlin's offensive line room, if you're not a pure starter at a position, and if you're a backup guy on the offensive line, you have to know 2 positions. So he could play both positions. And can he play him well? I don't know. He's mostly been, I think, a tackle most of the time. So we'll see going forward. It kind of sucks with Kyron Johnson because, I really want him to play the edge when we drafted him. He just had that pushback attitude. His Senior Bowl was really good. And unfortunately, he's been injured a couple times already and just can't stay on his own 2 feet for most of the offseason. So the Eagles, let go. I would rather have, obviously, Nicholas Morrow over Kyron Johnson since Nicholas Morrow has been in the Sean Desai system, and no Sean Desai was with, when he was with the Bears, obviously. So there's a lot of, connections there, which we've talked about when the Eagles first signed him, when we kind of thought that he would, compete with, be a nice tandem with Nakobe Dean at the time. So, those are some of the moves as of right now. Now, some of the next moves that we have here. So the Eagles worked out a punter, the one that I've been kind of talking about for a while now, Braden Mann, did work out. And they had interest a few months ago off waivers. They had interest last year in him as well. He was the backup Steelers punter. Hopefully the longer Aaron Sipos is on practice squad, the better it's going to be for us. Okay. Are they going to make a punter switch? It's really probably going to be between Pat O'Donnell from Green Bay and it's going to be Braden Mann. And I feel like they have a lot of more interest in Braden Mann in general, just because the interest has been there before. I don't know. I think I don't know what the statistics are as a punter. I know with at least with Phillips, or with not Phillips, or O'Connell, sorry, Pat O'Connell, that I think he was a 28th ranked punter last year. Not great, because Sipos was ranked 30th. I mean, he was almost ranked dead last. I mean, that's how bad it was. But O'Connell's nothing to really be crazy about. Sometimes when you find these punters, you're just going to find them. I mean, you have Marquette King still out there that's looking for an NFL team that played in the XFL, went from the Raiders to the XFL, coming back. So I think there's a lot. I mean, I just don't know why they're not going after these other guys. But Braden Mann is a good start right now. You got 5 days to figure this out. At punter, we're going to find out about kick return, punt return, hopefully get a leaked kind of depth chart of what everything looks like by the end of the week. That's what I'm kind of hoping for right now. And also the Eagles worked out former 5-star linebacker Penn State Brandon Smith, recently waived by the Panthers. He was their 4th-round pick in 2022. So more depth at linebacker, more to the practice squad. You want to get since the Eagles aren't putting any money into this position, as a matter of fact, as Nakobe Dean could be the promising factor of the future of this linebacker core, they're not putting any money into this. We know they don't draft linebackers high. It is what it is. See what they could turn this guy into. I know nothing about him whatsoever, but more linebackers to the practice squad, or working guys out, at least, that, maybe they'll end up signing them later on. Maybe they'll take away a position from another, maybe they'll take away somebody else from the practice squad and maybe sign Brandon Smith. So they've worked out a couple guys of, not to say linebackers, a big need right now, but really need that depth with Nicholas Morrow. So Brandon Smith gets a shot to see if, maybe they sign him, maybe they don't, maybe the workout wasn't good enough. And Braden Mann was definitely an eye-opener here, because, like I said, Sipos is on the practice squad. They got to fix the special teams. I'm worried. I'd rather have 2 bad returners, at least that fair catch every single time, than get a bad punter, because, the punter's very important. It's where the designation of where this ball is going to be and how many yards. I mean, Sipos was he punted a 20-yarder in one of the preseason games. It was absolutely embarrassing. So I'm glad that they're definitely looking for a new punter. They've already worked out five punters already. Marquette King is still out there, so there's still a lot of availability of a lot of guys, that are available. So just sign somebody and I won't get angry, because I don't want to see special teams cost us games, and that's all we need. We do all that hard work during the game, and then special teams, we're up by a couple touchdowns or up by a touchdown or something like that, and, teams are coming back by just a stupid punt or something like that. Obviously, what the Super Bowl looked like last year, just embarrassing at times. But they got to go look for somebody, because I feel like they're going to sign somebody like last minute before the season starts, from what it looks like. So hopefully tomorrow, the next day, we get something here, going forward. So overall, I think we have good depth at linebacker right now. Nicholas Morrow just made it feel a little bit better. Having that depth on the practice squad. At least he has been a starter before. We know Nicholas Morrow was the first signing after, obviously, Nakobe Dean was elected to be the starting middle linebacker, which we all know that was going to happen. Howie Roseman going into the 23 offseason, Nakobe Dean was going to be the main guy. And now Nicholas Morrow comes back, now behind Zach Cunningham, Christian Ellis. So should be interesting. But let me know what you guys think. Are the Eagles who are they going to sign at punter? And do you feel a lot better with the linebacker core now with Nicholas Morrow back on the practice squad? You guys let me know, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Chicks, what up, follows live. Peace out, guys. Peace.